Today is the first time in a long time we're doing this. Tribe Tyler Q&A. I reached out on Twitter and asked you guys to give me some questions and you'll be in today's video. Got a great response. I'm gonna be answering your questions there. Depending on how this goes, we may do it more in the future. Here we go. Miggy asked, do you actually enjoy Uncle Cracker? No, I do not. What's up, Migs? Which ice cream flavor suits your personality? Chocolate. Nice and safe. What's the biggest difference between Cincinnati and Kentucky and Utah? The mountains. Honestly, they're really not that much different. It's kind of weird. There's just not really that big of a city, which is all right for the time being. I'm a city person though. When did you realize Haley was the one? By the way, love your videos. Thank you, Kat. Pretty much from the beginning. I mean, you don't date somebody for that long without any intentions of it going anywhere. At least I don't. When is the wedding? Next June. I won't say the date, but next June. Did you grow up religious? Would you consider yourself conservative? Oh. Ooh. Yes, I grew up religious. I went to a private Christian school pretty much from kindergarten until 6th grade. And honestly, it was great. I absolutely loved it. We're Christian and yeah, conservative. I mean, that's just kind of like a personal opinion. I mean, I tend to think I'm pretty open-minded about a lot of different things on both sides, conservative and liberal, so man, that was hard to answer. When is the wedding? I already got that one. Why dreads? And since when? I got these in 2008, actually right when me and Haley started dating. Haley's family's never seen me without dreads, so I've had them for coming up, I guess, on 7.5 years. Why? Because I think that they look cool. I know there's like a lot of negative stereotypes that come along with it, but I kind of embrace it, and yeah, I just do it kind of as a style thing, and I think it looks sick. If I didn't, I probably wouldn't have them. What's your favorite animal? Oh, I love animals. Honestly, I love Bengal tigers, not just because of the Cincinnati Bengals. This usually changes for me. Like come Shark Week, probably sharks, and of course the babes. Oh. What accomplishment are you most proud of? That's a really weird question. Honestly, well, just off the top of my head, probably this. Being able to live on my own, that's always been something big of mine, and I never knew how I was gonna do it or how I was gonna make that jump, and now I'm doing it. It's really weird. Would you say filmmaking is more about being original and creative or just having connections in the field? I would say filmmaking is more about storytelling more than anything, which I guess could go along with being original. It's kind of like a healthy mix. It's kind of, I like to relate it to like cooking a soup. You have all these different things that you got to put in it, but without stirring it up, they're all just kind of sitting there. So you have to have original ideas, you have to have compelling content, and then you have to have connections, and mixing those together and then just constantly working and throwing things in, it just makes your soup even stronger. And yeah, but connections are a huge part of it, and I wouldn't be where I am today without getting lucky and making connections. What are some future goals you have for the channel? Honestly, just kind of continue doing what I'm doing. I want to like build more relationships through YouTube, through this. It's kind of weird because I'm not looking for really monetary gain from YouTube. I do it more as a creative outlet. If things come from it, great. If not, I honestly just enjoy doing it, and I enjoy seeing that you guys like what I do, and that just keeps me going. So as far as future goals, just kind of staying in the community and making more connections. What are you most excited about now that you live in Utah? These plants? No, I'm excited for working like with my friends and doing what I love and being able to do my own thing on the side as well. It's like the perfect situation for me in my life right now. At this point in time, this is exactly where I want to be. What is your inspiration every morning when you get up? Fear of not being able to do what I'm doing right now. Fear is the greatest motivator that I've ever seen. The best job that I ever had was working in a pizza kitchen doing prep cook, working 15 hours a day, and listening to audiobooks, because just the fear of like, I don't know, it just wasn't what I liked. I mean, for some people that's perfect and that's great, but for me, I didn't want that. I wanted something more. And with the opportunities that I've been given, it's easy to kind of get lazy because things do go well. And when things go well, it's just comfortable, and comfort is the most dangerous thing. So I try to stay fearful of what could be happening. What's the best part of living on your own? I can kind of do what I want as far as decorating goes. But honestly, like, I could do that at home too. My parents were real supportive of everything, and I kind of overtook that office. And honestly, what I called my mom and dad, and I told them that it's basically like I just have multiple rooms of my office type thing where I can kind of just throw stuff up and be like, I like that, that looks cool. Did you ever think that a project of documenting your 20s would have you this far in YouTube? Tribal Q&A, that's a good idea. Good hashtag. Well, what's funny is I started out the thing not even with that goal in mind. I started out just randomly making videos because I saw other people doing it, and I realize now that that was the worst idea I ever had. If you want to start a channel, have a direction, know what you're gonna do, be original with it. I was not, and I hate myself for it. Don't get me wrong, everything that's happened, I don't know how it's happened, but it's got me to where I am today, but I would have never given myself a shot if I was on the outside. So no, I never really would have thought it got me where I am today, and after I've figured out that direction, honestly, it's kind of been beneficial, so make sure you know what you're doing. When is the wedding? That's a popular question. How did you come across the Shaytards? Back in probably like 2008, when YouTube was still relatively new and they had like the featured page, me and my cousin were actually, we got back from school and we were just watching videos on YouTube. There weren't many creators at that point, and we stumbled across this big dude who had a family, and I think it was like day 92 or day 93 or whatever. We watched it, and honestly I was like, what the heck is this? And then we watched like a couple of them, and he said some funny stuff, and I thought he was pretty cool. So yeah, I just started watching from there, and then I got hooked, and then yeah, the rest is kind of history, and now I'm working with the guy. The universe is a crazy place. Is YouTube your full-time job? No. It's not. What's your favorite TV show currently besides Lost? I really like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I think it's freaking hilarious. House of Cards I'm really into. Charles and Allie said that New Girl was good. Maybe we'll start watching that. Why Tribe? That's a longer story that I don't have time for today, but it's because of a band that I used to be in high school. Do I like waffles? Yeah, it depends what kind of waffles. Favorite lens I use? It's a 85mm fixed lens. I absolutely love it. What's my ethnic background? English. White. What is one thing you'd like to accomplish in your lifetime, and how would you like to change the world? Oh gosh. Well, I think probably having kids is probably a good accomplishment. How would I like to change the world? I don't know. I think like the ultimate success would be giving other people opportunities. I feel like that's how you know you've made it. When you can give opportunities to other people who deserve the opportunities, that would be the greatest success of all time. And seeing those people do like amazing things, hands down, that's how I'd want to change the world. How do you take your eggs, if you take them at all? I don't really like eggs. Recently I have. I like them scrambled, doused in ketchup. It's basically just ketchup. How does Katie Lett feel about Shay Carl being president? Kanye 2020. Advice to young people wanting to be freelance content creators. Networking, huge. Building a portfolio is also huge. Mr. Tyler Shelton, what would your rapper name be? T-Rex, T-Bone, Tribe. So that's gonna do it for today's Q&A. Thank you to everybody who participated. I might do this again. You can follow me on Twitter at TribeTyler, and who knows? You might be on the next Q&A video. The rest of my day kind of consisted of the first ever meal that I've ever had at my own place. Sam, Jen, Noah, David came over. It felt really good having my own meal at my own place. It was really cool. And then after that, oddly enough, Sam and I had a fantasy draft. I had my own, he had his own. So I Skyped with the boys. I feel good about this year. Sam had his, and he goes a little bit too hard. My draft was like 3 hours long. Sam's is still going. 2 hours later, it's like a 5-hour event. It's not even fun at that point. The biggest weenie of the year, Sam Anderson. And lastly, I have some sprouts in my little garden thing already. It's crazy, 2 days or whatever. It's so cool. And then plus, I'm not really worried about it when I travel because it's just plugged in and it just kind of feeds itself. So it's really not that big a deal. So again, I really like that thing. So Q&A. What'd you think?